Alright guys, what's up? I wanted to do a review on this iCelcius wireless dual temperature probe. I don't usually do reviews, so bear with me. There just was not any information that was any good. So I wanted to show you what I'd found on this thing. So go over some negatives. There are a few. First of all, this is a dual probe, so it has two. And in the application, they're marked as probe 1 and 2. And you can change the colors in the application if you want them to be red, blue, purple, green, or any other cajillion colors you could possibly imagine. But with them being 1 and 2, neither one of these probes are labeled for which one is 1 or 2. That's pretty simple. Something you would think that the geniuses that came up with this device would have thought of, but they didn't. So you have to kind of play guessing games and warm one of them up to try to figure out which one's what. I'm going to get a couple of pieces of colored heat shrink and put on them to match the colors that I have set for 1 and 2 on my phone, so that I'll have blue and red on each one to correlate to the correct probe. Secondly is this connector where it connects to the unit. This thing comes in and out of here pretty easy. Now I've been fishing this into the box, and I've dropped it and tried to catch it by this cord, and this unit continued to fall and hit the ground twice now in the 2 days that I've owned it. So this connector does not fit very good. I will probably end up taking a piece of electric tape and going around to hold that together. I would have expected a better clip holding mechanism, something to keep this thing on. But it is what it is. But having said that, I've dropped this thing from 6 feet twice, and you can tell on the back it's scratched and a little bit, and still going strong, no problems. As far as setup goes, no problem. It's just like setting up a wireless printer from your phone or from your iPad or anything like that. No big deal. There are two different Wi-Fi settings. There is a Wi-Fi local and a Wi-Fi remote. Wi-Fi local being this box pings your wireless router in your house, and then any device that's on the wireless router in your house can view this device, anything that has the app, regardless of whether it's 1 unit, 2 units, or 10 units. Now, in order to do that, you have to take each device to this unit, set it up directly to the device first, and then switch it over to Wi-Fi for each device, which is kind of a pain in the butt. You would think that you would just be able to do that from the phone, but you can't. You have to do it from this. So that's one complaint. Secondly, you can go Wi-Fi remote, which is the reason that I bought this thing to start with, was to be able to see it when I was out of Wi-Fi range of the house. And you can do that, but again, you have to go back to this box with the device, change the setting here to direct, and then change it to remote on the device. Now, as soon as you do that, any other devices that are connected locally can no longer view it anymore. It can only view remotely. So you are all the time remote, or you are all the time local, but you can't be local on one device and remote on another, which is kind of a pain. So if I'm, say, at the house and I have my iPhone and my iPad both set up locally, and I need to run to the store or have to go to town for whatever reason, I can't just throw my phone in my pocket and be like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and check this and I'll just change it on my phone. No, I have to go outside and set it to my phone to be remote. And then as soon as I do, I just killed my iPad at the house that I would typically leave for somebody to keep and watch and monitor. It's disconnected. I would have to also change it. And as far as the simple answer is just keep it remote all the time. And you can, but it eats up your bandwidth because you're uploading and downloading all the time. And secondly, the remote is incredibly slow compared to local. The fastest it'll let you set it to is 1 minute intervals, and they don't even recommend that fast. So that is probably my biggest complaint about this thing. And if this thing had a digital display, that would go a long ways to fixing the local versus remote issue, but it doesn't. But that's it. If you could fix that to where you didn't have to be standing at this unit to change between local and remote, that would be great. And if you could do local and remote on 2 separate devices at the same time, I could probably deal with the, faulty connector and the ends of the deal not being labeled. At this point, I've only had it 2 days. I haven't decided whether I'm even going to keep it yet, because those 2 software problems are a big deal for me. It may not be for everybody, but it is for me. This does have a graph. The probes that came with it are accurate. The accuracy of this thing is good. Show you what I got here. You can record. This is a recording I took earlier today. Shows my smoker has a nice 8-degree temperature swing in there every 2 minutes on a 2-minute time interval remotely. So anyway, this may be exactly what a lot of people are looking for. It's just lacking a lot of things that I thought it would have when I bought it, and I didn't know any better because there was no information available. So there it is.